if we begin changing without accepting who we are to get to that change, then you risk creating another false image. Oh, tell me that didn't eat. Tell me that didn't eat. I was inspired from my book today. Oh, hello. And yeah, bitch, I am in my tub. My thoughts, they just flow more natural when I'm in a body of water. And I feel like a mermaid. Mermaid speaking truth right now. But anyways, I feel like a lot of people are like always like, they aim to reach a goal in self-becoming, not realizing where they are though. Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand you have a goal. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be there. It's set in stone. But you have to be able to first accept who you are in that given moment. Because if you continue to pressure yourself into changing and not really adapting, like, there's a difference. There's a difference. When something changes, it's out of a natural flow. Do you know what I mean? Because everything is always changing. Everyone is always changing. But adapting is different because it's almost like an inspired action to change. Do you know what I mean? Like, adapting isn't something everyone is capable of doing because of who they are and where they are in their environment. And it comes down to self-acceptance. Once you're able to accept who you are in that given moment, in that given situation, then you can actually train your brain to see the potential in who you are now to be at your fullest potential and where you're going. Do you know what I mean? Because if you just force yourself to change, it's not coming out of a natural flow like it would originally. Okay, change is like a natural flow. You can't force it. Hold up. Okay, period. And it kind of reminds me of this recent like quote belief I'm starting to like witness and see and be and embody. Is change is inevitable, but growth is optional. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you're obviously going to change and everything's going to change, but you have to first accept what you're changing. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's say, let me take me for example. Let me get personal here real quick. Okay. I struggle with body dysmorphia like a motherfucker, okay? So I'm like out here like exercising and like eating better and, you know, like doing all the good shit that a motherfucker should be doing, right? Or like expected of, right? But then after like 2-3 weeks of having the discipline to do that, to reach the goal I wanted to reach in mind, I had a moment where I just like broke down. And I was like, girl, you're not doing this out of a way of finding love for who you're becoming, but rather a shaming where you are so that you can love who you'll be. And that really hit. I'm like, fuck. Because I feel like that's what most of us do. Yeah, so then I was able to like reflect after this meltdown or whatnot. And I was like, oh, intentions. The intention, the tone, it matters of, that's the most important thing that matters the most into getting into an experience, into getting into a situation, a connection, a relationship. You know what I mean? Is where are your intentions? And my intentions were, oh, I need to get a better body. I need to look better because I'm ugly. That's what the intention was. And obviously saying it like that is not true. It's not true. My body is beautiful, bitch. I'm beautiful. But I didn't see it like that. I was like, oh, I'm ugly, so now I have to get beautiful. And it's like, I'm now understanding that you can't, I wouldn't be able to get beautiful without already being beautiful. Do you know what I mean? Oh, shit. Yes, you do know what I mean. I literally, it goes to anything, like, not just a beautiful, but like getting skinnier, losing weight, clear skin, getting better grades, like anything. You are already what you want to become. You are already what you want to have. You just don't have it. You don't have it at the same degree that that version of you has it, because that version of you actually took the hard work and effort to getting it. And who you are now is the one who's learning why it's important to put in effort, why hard work pays off. Moral of the story is you can't force yourself to change, just as you can't force someone else to change. It's just a natural flow that's going to happen as time goes by, and as every step of the way you accept yourself as who you are, and you are whole just as you are, as who you're trying to be, or as something you're trying to make or create or have. Do you know what I mean? So let me read this. From that point of view, change is different. If we try to change without first accepting who we are, we risk creating more false images of ourselves. But if we accept ourselves for who we are at this very moment, we change because we want to grow and evolve with life. Love is no longer the condition for change. It is the starting point for change. This is the true meaning of unconditional love. That hits so hard, because that's true. Like, when you try to change yourself like that, you're putting conditioned love onto yourself and putting all these conditions, restrictions, all these right to like get to something better, when you already are that better, when you already are, and you're perfect just as you are. And once you're able to pour that unconditional love within yourself, you realize you've always been home. You've always been whole. So yeah, I felt like that ate up. And this is for my tea today. Beauty is not caused. It is. Emily Dickinson. That actually ties in really well. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're already beautiful just because you are. You're already rich just because you are. You're already skinny, fat waisted, tiny waist just because you are. You're already smart just because you are. You already have the muscles just because you are. Do you know what I mean? So rather encourage change to flow through you instead of forcing change to encourage you to flow through it. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, have a wonderful night.